Alright, then when we get a little bit of quiet time, what we're going to do is I'll show you how this whole thing works. This happens to be the little doggy cart thing, and it helps dogs that are disabled in their back hindquarters, or in their hindquarters. First I'll show you how it works. These things here swivel up and down, and also the doggy vest. The dog, of course, would be in here, his chest inside here, and then his legs go back in here. Little front legs are supporting it, so you can see his hind legs would be floating free. Happy little dog. Okay, so the vest attaches with some snaps. That's all it is. And that one just came apart. And I have to re-snap that on there. I don't know why these things won't stay. But anyway, we'll get them on there as tight as we possibly can. And I'll put a new one on. But we take the vest off, and you can see the whole rig. Basically, these are little jackets, little Velcro or fleece jackets to protect the hardware from touching the dog or irritating the dog. There are some sharp corners. They're not sharp, but you know, they could be irritating. And I'm going to take the little fleece jackets off so that we can get a better look at how the whole rig works. Now you'd fold the jackets back, and I'll show you right here. There's some screws in the top of this. That one and that one. Oh, let me get this. There's that one and that one. That's what holds this arm right here stable to the U arch right here. So what we have to do is we're going to loosen those two screws on each side, and you'll see how this, let me adjust this camera, and a little screwdriver comes with it, and you just put it in these little Phillips heads right here, and just one full turn really is all it needs. The screws or the nuts on there are captive, so they won't come off. You don't need a wrench or anything. Just light, gentle twisting, and off it comes. And these are the belly strap elements right here, and they are adjustable fore and aft, and they also can lock just with a little bit of, see, they suddenly can't, but you can leave it unlocked a little bit, and the belly band will rotate freely. So these, when those come off, the little jackets come off. And so you can see that. I'll take this one off because they'll have to come off anyway for shipping. Just one little twist is all it takes. And then this will come right out. And there's the jacket number 2. Now, this is kind of the important part of this whole thing. This rig right here is the vertical adjustment. And the way it adjusts is with these 3 screws. I don't know if you can see them very well. You can see the nuts on this side probably. But these 3 screws here adjust, and you've got to undo them with the same little screwdriver, just a few twists, and that's all it takes. You don't have to unscrew everything. And again, the nuts are caught captive in there. Now then, this will twist, and it goes, you don't want it right against the wheel, but this goes up and down. This adjusts the whole rig up and down for the height of your dog. There we go, up and down, height of the dog. So let's say that you've determined that this is the proper height of whatever dog you've got. Try to make these as straight in line with the wheels as possible. these fittings here, of course, they will twist, and you don't want that. So what I would do is I would just lightly tighten these. Don't tighten them very much. We want to leave it where it'll still twist a little bit. There. And it'll still kind of twist. And get these about the same height. In this case, I'm about a finger width above the wheel. As you can see, this one's a little high, but I'm going to make this one the same height. Now, unfortunately, you have to turn this around. These are identical castings, the identical print fittings, so left and right. So you can twist it up and down. That's about 2 fingers above the wheel, about the same as this one. So again, get it just as straight as you can, and then just kind of lightly tighten them. And believe me, you don't want to over tighten these at all. Here we go. There it is. Now, what would happen is make sure that these top screws are loose, as they were. We know they were. To fit this all back together, what I recommend that you tighten your belly band little apparatus here. These are to stitch on the belly band. Just as a light tighten them. Doesn't take much at all where those are secure. Now then, before you put that in, you want to put the little overcoat on. And so you put on the hole nearest to the dog. You run, oops, got it backwards. Run it in like that. Now then, this is important right here. This has a gripping surface that's been heat shrink onto there. And if you mess up this little end and just jamming that in there, it'll mess up, and you have to take a razor blade and trim it off a little bit to get it smooth again. So be very gentle in putting this back in and kind of twist and turn it. And then once it goes in, you can see that it's adjustable by quite a ways. You got a short dog, it'd be adjusted way up. You got a longer dog, it adjusts way out. And so what we do is we make it where it's just barely poking out right here. And put our other little overcoat sleeve on. And then make it go all the way in. And fasten your Velcro so it closes. And now your doggy has a little padding around that. And make this go up in there. And there it is. And then after you've decided how long you want this to be to the vest, make sure you got your right side on there so it can swivel. Then tighten up these screws on top here. My light is terrible, so I'm not going to do that. I got to take it apart again anyway. So here I am adjusting this one, making sure that my screws are nice and loose. And take this sleeve, check to make sure it's snug, and just gently get it started. Once it's started, oops, I forgot my doggy little pad jacket here. And it goes from the outside of this jacket, goes into the hole, just gently make it go in, almost coming out, bring the jacket around and through the other hole. And I've got this one backwards. Idiot. I'm glad I'm making these mistakes so you can see them, because it'll be the same mistakes you'll make. The Velcro fastens to the outside. And then make your little hole available, and through there it goes. Now you can hold this back and tighten up your screws. I got them on the wrong side. Dang it. How do I know that? It's because these snaps will not turn to the inside. There's a little set screw on these keepers that have to be on the outside. That's how you would tell if you've got the right side. They have to be to the outside. So out it comes, little jacket down. You need practice anyway. So here comes this one out. And it'll go in this side, little jacket. Outside sleeve in first. Make it in that hole. Where's the hole? There it is. Just kind of gently push it in. Get the sleeve around there. And make it go all the way through. And go ahead and tighten up the screw. And it doesn't take much, just a light twist. I'm holding the screwdriver with just my fingers there. I'm not gripping down on it or anything. Oh, and before you do that, before you tighten these, make sure this thing is twisted around to where the doggy right there it can twist, and it'll rotate up and down so that it'll be flexible when the dog wears it. And then just put the Velcro on, and you're back in business. And you would do the same thing for the other side. It goes in the hole, ease it in, don't let it go all the way out. And so you can put that sleeve on there, that little hole. Now, technically, once this is all together, and rotate this so that you can see that it twists up and down, so the doggy can. Now then you can fold this back, and you can see the screws up there on the top, and they need to be just cinched down. See how lightly I'm holding my screwdriver. Don't over tighten these. And it's got Velcro, boom. And I put this Velcro on the inside, but I don't think it really matters as long as it's padding for the dog. These little screws here, tighten these pretty secure to the arms. This one's on the bottom, unfortunately, so you have to turn it over and tighten this one. Now they're secure. Make sure that these snappers go back and forth just fine. Take your dog vest with the leash connection to the top, dog's neck to the front, and snap it on. That's all there is to it. Whole thing folds up, goes in the box. Now, this is the, get that out of the way. This is the little strap for the belly band, if you want to use it. Here's some cotton, soft cotton cord that won't cut the leather. You'll have to use a punch, and punch holes according so that you can lace up to these holes, And the reason I chose lacing is so that you can adjust it in and out. You can tighten this up or loosen it a little bit so that the belly band is probably only 3 inches by 3 inches, maybe 3 by 4, and it's supporting the dog's belly, but these lacings on the side is what adjust it. So I haven't put the lacing on there. Oh, let me point out something else. I better show you how these wheels, because I have to take the wheels off in order to put it in the box. These wheels have a screw, a single screw in there. And that screw comes out. These are a little tighter, but that screw undoes. Now there's 3 parts, 4 parts counting the wheel. There is the screw. That's the axle screw. There is a washer, a recessed washer. I only had one for this model. And this little spacer this little bushing. So that goes together like that. That goes through the wheel. Notice the wheel has an inside part. It's got a bushing on it so it doesn't jam up again. And then that goes into this little hole right here. And that tightens up. Keep it nice and square to the wheel. Gently screw it in so you don't cross thread it. It's going into aluminum. And then look, I'm kind of putting a couple of pounds of torque on that. And the same thing on the other side. That's how the wheel's going. So the wheels are coming off. I'll put all these little parts in a plastic bag inside. And you can see this one's got the spacer or the bushing. It goes, good, it's not coming off. It goes into the center of the wheel. The smooth part of the wheel goes to the outside. The rugged part goes on the inside. That goes, slides right into that bushing, he said. There you go. And it's got the little axle screw and a little washer. And that's all there is to that. Now this whole rig can just lay flat in the box. Screwdriver, vest, that's what you're going to have. Okay? All right. If you got any questions, call me. That's it. That's how it works. I hope you enjoyed my little video and that you're going to be able to put this thing together when it comes to you. It's going to be priority mail. That's the big old box it's going to be in. Okay? I'll